Once again, Saturday, January 28th for only $300 at the Cabritz National Parks from 8 o'clock in the morning. For additional information, contact VF Incorporated at 37 Cork Street, Roseau. Call 449-9649. The 8th Phenomenal Caribbean Women's Symposium, Saturday, January 28th, Cabritz National Parks. It's on. See you there. The 8th Phenomenal Caribbean Women's Symposium is on once again, Saturday, January 28th for only $300 at the Cabritz National Parks from 8 o'clock in the morning. For additional information, contact VF Incorporated at 37 Cork Street, Roseau. Call 449-9649. The 8th Phenomenal Caribbean Women's Symposium, Saturday, January 28th, Cabritz National Parks. It's on. See you there.
Showdown Mascam presents night number 3. Here, Mascam, taking you on a journey of sweet calypso. As we continue to celebrate our brother, we welcome you aboard the Calypso flight of your life. As Here, Mascam 767 takes off with Picklock, Trinity, Chelsea, The Vigilante, Tapatap, Inciter, Daniel, Sunproof, The Mask Eruption, Peter Frost, Benno, Leona, Triumph, Checo, The Side, The Bob, and The King Dive. Sponsored by Fine Food Inc., Caribbean represented, Carib Malt and Carib Shandy, Neo Expressions Inc., VF Inc., Singwaller Blomquist Williams, Phone Shack, Continental Store, Jar Sales, Rosalie Bay, David Bruni, Glenn Ducre Chambers, Q95, Geoffrey Later, TBS Radio, and Mapping 2K4.
It's another super sweet 16 discount all today on all sand, aggregate, and concrete blocks at PH Williams & Company in Capefield. Hurry before you jump up this opportunity to secure a massive festive 16% discount to expand your farm, to build an extra room, extend your kitchen, a wall, put an extension or renovate your home, a step, extend your veranda, extend your driveway, construct a new building, restructure your hotel or guest house, increase the value of your property with this massive 16% discount at PH Williams. It's runaway prices at Rockaway. Save hundreds and thousands of dollars today until February 17 at PH Williams. Simply do what others are doing. Pay for any quantity of sand, aggregate, and concrete blocks during this promotion till February 17. You're not ready to take it? Take your time. You can collect your prepaid orders anytime before November 30th. Jump high, jump low. PH Williams is the way to go for the Sweet 16 discount on your materials to restore, repair, replace, rebuild, and renovate. Tell Paris Williams, Franklin Moses say.
Do it like a
Marcus smile at the kiddie. She's back, Sweet 16, and I'm going to take advantage of her. Come on, my Vinia, visual avec il. The age of consent should be 18. If an amasa ka parler contre là non. Sweet 16 côté PH Williams, oui. Il est côté PH Williams, il a travail. Il qui est PH 1 thème avec il. You have a 16-year-old girl there. Tell her be careful with my grandson. You the mom, are you interested in the Sweet 16 promotion? He hang up kabugone. Yes, it's back. 16% discount on sand, aggregate, and blocks from January 23rd up till the 17th of February. Pay during that time and you can pick it up anytime before November 30th. In any case, you have to build that wall. So fait qu'on William, même quand il a coupe domino like a jouer, c'est comme ça qu'il a coupe, sab, chipping and block côté PH William during the Sweet 16 promotion. Mais ça qui est bien important, c'est you save money. Example, you can get 256-inch blocks for $819.48. But your Sweet 16 price is $688.28. You save $141.10. So come let we go by PH. Come let we go.
Serving the Northeast and Dominica for over 16 years. The Genesis Restaurant and Bar brings all into the 21st century, offering a full breakfast, lunch, and snack and dinner on order menus. Serving local, Caribbean, American, international, and contemporary cuisine. Visit us today. We are less than 5 minutes from Dominica's Douglas Charles Airport, on location on the ground floor of Tigers Village Pharmacy Complex at where? Come dine with us. We field a full bar service open from 7 a.m. to 10 p.m. Monday to Saturday and 1 p.m. to 4 p.m. on Sundays. Visit us on Facebook for our daily menu and special events information. Genesis Restaurant Bar and Catering Services. Or call us at 612-2511. Again, that number is 612-2511. Genesis, the beginning of a fantastic culinary experience.
It's correct. Real beer. Grab them by 6 bars. I come in to take my seat. The blue and gold. This carnival. Buy 2 6-packs and get a chance to win these amazing carnival prizes. First prize, 2 carnival costumes each from Amnesia and Hysteria. Second prize, 2 tickets to Feathers Inc. Sunja. Both crews. First prize, 2 t-shirts from Carrier Bam T-shirt band. And fourth prize, simply write your name and contact info at the back of your receipt and drop in a promotional box to qualify to win at all leading supermarkets island-wide. Draw ends February 20th, 2017. Terms and conditions apply. Correct. Drink responsibly.
Football. The Dominica Football Association presents the launching of the first ever National Boys Under 15 tournament on Sunday, January 29th at the Windsor Park Stadium from 1 p.m. The island will be divided into 6 districts as they battle each other out for football supremacy. Come one, come all, from far and wide to support the future of Dominica's football stars. Then from 6 o'clock, it will be the final match of the season for the newly crowned champions, Central Cooperative Credit Union Jubilee Football Club. When they take down a surgical surface. It's football. This Sunday at the Windsor Park Stadium. A small contribution will be collected at the gate.
Good afternoon and welcome to Q95's lunchtime news update for today, Friday, January 27th, 2017. Brought to you through the very kind compliments, Fresh Vitamins.
At Fresh Vitamins, we've got everything you need for health and well-being. We carry a wide range of all-natural sports nutrition and health supplements, plus gluten-free and organic foods, all from quality brands, including Solaray, Cal, Bob's Red Mill, Nature's Way, Source Naturals, and Desire Way. Fresh Vitamins has 2 convenient locations. We're at number 7, Great George Street, Roseau, and we're in Portsmouth, inside IGA Whitchurch Supermarket. Join our discount club and save up to 20% every day on your purchases. Like us on Facebook to stay informed about our products and specials. Come into Fresh Vitamins today and get healthy.
Welcome back. In news this afternoon, Lennox Linton, speaking on Q95's Hot Seat show on Friday, says he was extremely offended by the statements made by Baroness Patricia Scotland during her last visit to Dominica, and as a result wrote to her, respectfully informing her of his opinions. In more news in the region, jubilant celebrations began the same day that Oscar Lopez Rivera, Puerto Rico's longest-held political prisoner, had his sentence commuted by former President Barack Obama on January 17, 2017. Lopez Rivera was convicted of seditious conspiracy in 1981 and sentenced to 55 years in federal prison. He has spent 35 years incarcerated, 12 of those in solitary confinement. And internationally, the conflict-driven food crisis in Yemen could become a full-blown famine this year, the UN's humanitarian chief has warned. 2 million people need emergency food aid to survive, and child malnutrition has risen 63% in a year, Stephen O'Brien told the UN Security Council. A child under 5 dies every 10 minutes of preventable causes, he said. That concludes your lunchtime news update, brought to you compliments Fresh Vitamins. I am Richie Farrell with the Q95 news team. Would like to thank Matthias Peltier for linking. Join us again at 4 p.m. for the Prime Evening News Update. Good afternoon.
At Fresh Fresh Vitamins, we've got everything you need for health and well-being. We carry a wide range of all-natural sports nutrition and health supplements, plus gluten-free and organic foods, all from quality brands, including Solaray, Cal, Bob's Red Mill, Nature's Way, Source Naturals, and Desire Way. Fresh Vitamins has 2 convenient locations. We're at number 7, Great George Street, Roseau, and we're in Portsmouth, inside IGA Whitchurch Supermarket. Join our discount club and save up to 20% every day on your purchases. Like us on Facebook to stay informed about our products and specials. Come into Fresh Vitamins today and get healthy.
Showdown Mascam presents night number 3. Here, Mascam, taking you on a journey of sweet calypso as we continue to celebrate our brother. We welcome you aboard the calypso flight of your life as Here, Mascam 767 takes off with Picklock, Trinity, Chelsea, The Vigilante, Tapatap, Inciter, Danyan, Soundproof, The Mask Eruption, Peter Frost, Benno, Leona, Triumph, Shekel, The Side, The Bob, and The King Dive. Sponsored by Fine Food Inc., Caribbean represented, Carib Malt and Carib Shandy, Neo Expressions Inc., VF Inc., Singwalla Bloomquist Williams, Phone Shack, Continental Store, Jar Sales, Rosalie Bay, David Bruni, Glenn Ducre, Chambers, Q95, Geoffrey Later, TBS Radio, and Mapping 2K4.
Dominica, we're here, and of course we'll be talking in a minute. We're talking to Mascam.
Every man wants a taste of the wine.
And then we'll talk, okay?
Wine is good for the heart.
Mascam is on tonight. It's Friday.
I am afraid to face my karma, so I've been thinking of amending.
Love conquers all.
Cause in my quest for fame and power, it is always clear that love empowers you more. But I hope I have not gone overboard, cause I'd love to taste of the greatest power of all. My inspiration song is Love Conquers All. I run into love cause love conquers all.
Let me say good afternoon to the team representing the mass camp at this time. Good afternoon to you, Daddy Cecil.
Good afternoon to you, Matt. Good afternoon to your listeners.
I see a very, very busy guy. How many phones you have there?
9.
What's going on tonight, Daddy?
Well, Matt, to put it colloquially, big things are going tonight.
Big things.
Right, big things are going.
Mm-hmm.
Massive, let me put it that way for you. Massive and crew, you got to get yourself to Harlem Plaza tonight, because we're taking it to the next level. Matt, we're taking off tonight.
You're taking off.
We're taking off.
Mm-hmm.
And we're doing that in the most sincere sense, featuring, of course, a song from our fallen brother, Air Dominica.
Air Dominica.
So flight 767.
So he's still the pilot there. Okay.
Well, he's with us in memory and spirit.
That's what I mean.
Hearts.
Yes.
So definitely. So it's Air Mascam tonight, and we're living on 767, and we're heading to Kaiso Glory and Sweetness tonight. All right. This is what we want folks to come on out. Sport a little blue. If you want white, some orange, or you can dress like you're on vacation. We're okay with that. Interesting if you decide to carry on your tote bag or bring your suitcase along with you. Mm-hmm. You might get a little something. There might be a little goodie and stuff for you, But we want folks to come in, and be enthusiastic about it and have a good time. Come on board Air Mascam so we can take off on your journey. And we're not landing until the final tent, and there's a lot in store for you while we're in flight. Definitely.
How many have you represented at the quarterfinals tomorrow? Do you know?
I counted 9. I counted 9. The last time I counted 9. So I hope I have not lost anybody in between. But I counted 9.
They might be just about that for real.
And you guys are ready?
Yes, definitely we are ready.
Okay, so these are always ready, you know, Matt. Always ready for the big stage, always ready for the Mascam stage. And, you know, we wish them, you know, very good success. So we are putting them up early so that they can go and rest their voices. So our quarterfinalists will be singing very early in the show so that they can go and rest their voices. Tonight, gracing our stage, going to be the Tronada, who is, you know, as you know, one of the mass campers. You know, on Wednesday, I heard he did a fantastic performance at the Stardom 10. The Mighty Wizard is also going to be with us this evening. So, you know, we're going to have a massive show. And Matt, I can tell you, I'm really excited because of some of the shows coming up next week, Friday. There's going to be a wonderful surprise. We have secured, I'm sure when we announce our guests, artists for the 10th and the 17th, we're going to have, maybe we'll have to move to
you mean next week?
Next week we're expecting a guest of Amway. We are still waiting on to finalize that. And, you know,
said the 17th. My bad.
But
right,
we have the 10th secured and confirmed, a big artist. The 17th, almost there, another big artist. Matt, I tell you, the rest of the season promises to be fantastic and huge. In fact, for the 10th, for the 17th, I think we might have to rent the grounds in Newtown.
You think so?
Yes, I think the plaza might be too small.
You're joking.
I am not joking.
And you're keeping us waiting.
I'm keeping that a little secret still. Next week I will let out the beans.
All right,
that's what it's about, man. Remember, it's Air Mascam, but we'll be making a few stops, picking up different passengers along the way, and we're gonna have some serious in-flight entertainment. So folks need to really get there on time. We start at 9 o'clock, bang on time. We want folks to come out and have a good time. As always, we'll send out special invites to our mass campers who was there every time. We want you to just come out and enjoy yourselves like you always do. It's Air Mass Camp 767. 10th number 3 and we're taking off.
So back the first 2 tents we were preparing for takeoff, you know. When you're traveling, you have to prepare, you have to get your stuff, organize your clothes, pack your suitcase and so on. So now all of that is packed and we are at Douglas Charles and we'll be taking off from Douglas Charles. And so we ask persons, you know, if you want to, you can dress as air hostess or air host, you can dress as a pilot, and you can dress as a passenger.
The plane is
decided what I'm going to be dressed as, you know, tonight. I'm still working with that.
The engine has kicked off.
Signal the tower, the plane losing power. The captain don't care if it crash, he won't be there. The flight is losing altitude. The passengers, they have that don't care attitude. Well, he's drinking rum and see-wo, texting on their cell phone, as if their lives in danger is someone else and not their own.
But Daddy says, tell us about the lineup for tonight. I know the many fans out there are waiting.
Well, we have an intense lineup, Matt, as always. We have our young, you know, Calypsonians who's just started with us, and we have those who's been there 2-3 years, and we have this young brother Trinity. So, you know, and then we have the veterans, and of course we have the king. So, you know, we're expecting Dayan, well, he likes to be called Danyan, but Damien. And the Inciter, of course, Chelsea. We have the Vigilante, powerful songs. Of course, Trinity. This brother has grown by leaps and bounds. The Picklock, the people seem to love him so much, they keep calling for him over and over. We're hoping that, I'm not sure if he practiced with the band, but we're hoping that Peter Purcell will drop by, because every time he says he's going to drop by and we're still waiting. He's been forgiven by Pat, so we expect him to drop by. Of course, Songproof, doing what he does really, really well. He's got a really beautiful song this year. The Mask Eruption, really great, enthusiastic artist and Calypsonian, and also a member of the band. He's blowing on for the band. We have a young fellow from South City, Judgment, and this brother is hitting hard with Hairy Belly, a big tune. Of course, we have the Bennu. I dubbed him the pastor of Kaiso. Brother is so humble with the Calypso and so cool about it. The Triumph, who by many reports have done an excellent job as far as the elimination is concerned, and when he comes on stage, the fans love him. Of course, the Checo. And Checo is one of the Calypsonians that from the moment he hits it, there's always been a level of controversy that is really good actually for Kaiso, because it keeps people listening and keeps bringing them back to the avenue, if you choose to put it that way, or the venue. Rather, we have the Psy. I'm hoping he's in, but the Psy with a big song this year, very relevant, especially with what's going on in our beautiful country.
Some people claim they don't understand. I don't understand myself why they don't understand.
But in many things, there are people who purposely not understand things because it doesn't suit their purpose at the time.
Sometimes you just have to listen a little more acutely.
Yes.
We got the Bob, and the Bob is coming with all guns blazing. And the brother, as always, he's very prolific. He's been dubbed the Sammy Jr. Davis Jr. of Calypso by Mr. Ozzy, the Great One. So he's going to be dropping, doing his songs for us tonight. And of course, the King himself going to be on performing very, very hard. Now we have veterans that's going to be dropping by and performing for us, because of course they're mass campers, and in the persons of the Wizard and of course Tranada. So it's going to be a great show, and as always, it's take-off time, people. You've got to come on down, come early so you can get your seat, you can board, you'll get your boarding pass, you can get on board. Your traveler or whatever you call it will be stored in overhead compartments, and you'll get to grab your seat. All right. Who knows? There might be a flight, one might have refreshments, so you might get something. It's gonna be a long flight. It's gonna take us to the end of the season, and on the way we're gonna be making a few stops in a few places, picking up certain passengers, and keep the in-flight entertainment booming. So we have an excellent lineup as always, and a band that is tremendous, sounding really sweet. And they begin you 1 or 2 numbers tonight, folks. So you want to come early to get the band and just enjoy sweet Kaiso, Dominican Kaiso. Because as far as I have my research has told me, we are still the only country in the Caribbean doing real Calypso and doing Kaiso the way we're doing it. And the fans love it. We love our fans. We love our patrons. So we ask you to come on out to Harlem Plaza very early. Get there on time. So by the time we say our prayers, we've done our anthem, and Valor comes on to introduce everyone. You are there. You don't want to miss a thing. You want to come on down and you want to have a great time as always. It's only gonna get better every single time. So you want to get there and enjoy every bit of it. You don't want to look back and say, I missed that one when you hear about it. Oh man, I should have been there. You want to get there. Get there. We're going to have our finalists singing early, so they can rest and get ready for tomorrow's competition in the quarterfinals, and then everything else is just lined up, ready to go, man.
All right, let me allow Valor to say the final or the parting words. We'll see you tonight at the Harlem Plaza.
Thank you. And Matt, our final was just to encourage persons to come out in big numbers, come out in your navy and white and your orange or your multicolored scarf. If you're a lady, if you're a man, you can have your orange tie or your orange short pants, whatever it is. Just be part of this journey. Tonight promises to be GREAT great.
Indeed. Matt, just before we leave, let me just make a quick little mention right there, because I'm getting a little pressure from her. We have one particular fan, Evelina I want to give a big shout out to her because she's you know,
she's
coming on board.
constant.
Yes.
Oh, yes.
And she's also coming on board, you know, and giving away a free hairdo based on the question that will be asked of the patrons tonight. And she says we'll be giving one of the later down in in the 10th, maybe the last one. So we want to say thank you to her, and of course to each and every one of our sponsors who's come on board and made this thing possible. Thank you. You will be getting your flowers, you'll be getting your kudos. Thank you so much, and God bless.
All right, I'm gonna allow you to go with this one from Trinidad. Night at the Mascot.
Them people try to put me on the street. Yes, them people try to make me beg to eat. But no, I won't sit in the street. Although I will feel the pain and rise again. I'm gonna hold my head up high. I'm so towards the sky. No matter how they try, they will not make me cry. I will rise, for I'm alive. Since I'm alive, I know I will survive. People try to spoil my good name. I never fly away, take me far from fame. But no, I will not consume. Kiss me, I thought I'm the shot.
I'm gonna start off the talk on the block with the latest report on Baroness Scotland making the wrongs. I did this morning. If you missed it, now is your time to listen.
Britain takes over Commonwealth operations from Dominica Baroness. Sir Simon Gass, a recently retired senior official with the Foreign and Commonwealth Office, FCO, has been appointed acting chief operating officer at the Commonwealth Secretariat in an attempt by the British government to shore up the troubled organization amid concerns over the leadership of Dominica-born Baroness Patricia Scotland. Gass was appointed at the suggestion of the FCO, which is funding his salary, the BBC reported. In addition, Tim Hitchens, a senior FCO official and former ambassador to Japan, has been put in charge of a team preparing for the Commonwealth Summit in London next year. Hitchens, a former assistant private secretary to the Queen, will be based in the Cabinet Office and will report directly to British Prime Minister Theresa May. What appears to be a takeover of the Commonwealth Secretariat by Britain has been noted in the Caribbean. Has the Commonwealth of Nations now reverted to the original British Commonwealth? Asked St. Lucian commentator Melanius Alphonse. With a British citizen as a Secretary General for the first time ever, the Secretariat in London now being run by the British government and the Queen as head of the organization, how much more British could it be? He added that it will be interesting to observe the reaction by Commonwealth Caribbean Prime Ministers to this latest development, since it is also their taxpayers that have to foot the bill for Scotland's extravagant and apparently unrepentant spending. Last year, Antigua and Barbuda Prime Minister Gaston Browne describes the reports of misspending and wastage by Scotland as an embarrassment to the Caribbean. Browne said that instead of bringing benefits to the region, she has brought shame. Britain's Department for International Development, DFID, said last month the Commonwealth Secretariat in London was underperforming and needed urgent reform. In a highly critical report in December, DFID threatened to withdraw its 20 million euros, that's US $25 million, annual funding from the organization unless it improved its performance. Senior diplomatic and political sources speaking to the BBC off the record have accused Scotland of poor leadership. She has been accused of financial profligacy over the refurbishment of her official residence and attacked for appointing political allies to key posts in the Secretariat in no-bid contracts, contrary to the Secretariat's customary procurement procedures. She has denied the accusations of wasteful spending and insisted no procurement rules were broken. At the Commonwealth Heads of Government meeting in November 2015, at which Scotland was elected Secretary General, support from a few Caribbean countries allegedly came as a result of a process described as utterly corrupt by Dominican opposition leader Lennox Linton that involved the award of knighthoods for rich friends and dubious investments in a few countries by a disgraced British sect of the Sacred Military Constantinian Order of St. George. However, according to the BBC, so great are the concerns about Scotland that some senior diplomats have even interpreted the fact that the Queen will not attend a major Commonwealth function in March as a signal of royal displeasure. A Buckingham Palace spokesman told the BBC, "I can confirm that the Queen will be taking part in events during the course of Commonwealth Day, although on this occasion she will not attend the evening reception. Her Majesty will be represented at the reception by the Prince of Wales." Well-placed royal sources nevertheless insisted it was wholly incorrect to link the decision to any debate about the Commonwealth Secretariat. But that is not how it is being interpreted by some in the Commonwealth, the BBC reported. One senior source said the palace are thinking, there is so much more to be done with the Commonwealth, and yet they are lumbered with such poor leadership. The High Commissioners have all given up on Scotland. They have other fish to fry. I do wonder if she can survive. She just treats people appallingly, and she has this political tin air. One parliamentary source said, Baroness Scotland has got this wrong from the beginning. It is an inbuilt arrogance. There is a lot of concern. I am not surprised the palace is getting a little edgy. Another diplomat source said, what is happening is very sad. The morale at the Secretariat is very low. The Commonwealth is the closest thing to Her Majesty's heart. If she doesn't come, it will be interpreted in this way. We in the Commonwealth preach transparency and accountability. We should practice it. However, a spokesman for the Secretariat claimed Scotland has a backing of all 52 Commonwealth countries that had elected her, perpetuating the alternative fact invariably advanced by Scotland and her allies that she was elected unanimously at the Commonwealth Heads of Government meeting in Malta in November 2015. In reality, Scotland won the post of Secretary General with fewer than 50% of the votes at the Commonwealth Heads of Government meeting, becoming the first Secretary General ever to be elected on a minority vote. On the final round of voting of then 53 member states, she received 25 votes, with the former Deputy Secretary General of Botswana securing 24 and 2 votes spoiled. Also refuting the claim that Scotland enjoys the backing of all Commonwealth member countries, reliable sources told Caribbean News Now last year that Scotland was visibly shaken at an October 10 meeting of the Commonwealth Board of Governors by the strong reaction of African countries supported by Asia over the perceived abuse of her authority as Secretary General. The African group of countries had reportedly met before the meeting to harmonize their position and are said to have been systematic in the opposition to Scotland. In rejecting Scotland's plans to get rid of the 3 Deputy Secretaries General, the board members pointed out that the Memorandum of Understanding establishing the Secretariat clearly states that there will be Deputy Secretaries General for the clear reason of putting checks and balances on the Secretary General. The 3 deputies, all of whom are known to be extremely unhappy with Scotland's abrasiveness, are from Australia, administration, Kenya, political, and Trinidad and Tobago, economic. Furthermore, according to Britain's Sun newspaper, India has hinted they could pull their share of Commonwealth funding after spendaholic Scotland left the organization's headquarters penniless. Earlier, Scotland has been accused of wasting 45,000 euros, that's US $56,000 of Commonwealth taxpayers' money, on a 9-day junket to the Rio Olympics, despite having told reporters that she was only traveling to Brazil to attend the Games for a few days to meet with officials, open a one-day conference, and visit the athletes' village. The Mail on Sunday reported at the time that even the Scotland's staff was surprised by the lavish trip, saying that her predecessors had only made brief visits to the Olympics of 3 days at the most. While Scotland was nominated for the post of Secretary General by Dominica on the basis that it was the Caribbean's turn to fill the post, it was well known that she was the British candidate, actively promoted by then Prime Minister David Cameron, who she served as trade envoy to South Africa. However, according to The Sun, British Prime Minister Theresa May late last year delivered a hammer blow to scandal-hit Baroness Scotland by publicly withdrawing support for embattled Commonwealth boss. May's official spokeswoman refused to say she had the backing of the Prime Minister, saying merely that May supported the role of the Secretary General rather than Scotland personally. Downing Street also directly refuted a claim by Scotland that she had received a wonderful letter from the Prime Minister dated October 31 expressing support for her work. However, Downing Street officials said the letter was in response to other correspondence and only indicated support for the work of the Commonwealth, not Scotland personally. On a visit to Dominica after winning the Commonwealth vote, the Baroness told detractors of Prime Minister Roosevelt Skerritt's government there to sucer sel, suck salt, a deeply offensive Creole curse. Now, it could be the Baroness who is left sucking salt, as Commonwealth nations become increasingly frustrated at her behavior, the Sun noted. Meanwhile, Skerritt is having difficulties of his own in facing a series of questions over the issue by Dominica of diplomatic passports to alleged multi-millionaire and billionaire fraudsters.
And of course, continued calls for the government to step down. Gabriel Christian is one of the persons who called in. Although the line a little bad there last night, Gabriel. But I want to say good afternoon to you, and another chance for you to re-emphasize your points last night. Are you there, Gabriel Christian? Are you there?
Yes, Matt. I'm not sure whether you can hear my voice, but I want to send a warning to the government of Dominica and the Dominica Police Service now. Last night, as you know, we attended a meeting electronically in Lagos for the first time. We now know from word we've gotten from our sources within law enforcement that the National Intelligence Unit, working closely with Chinese intelligence and other foreign agents with state security, tried to disrupt our call and hack our call. They've been trying to disrupt our computers and the phone messages and phone numbers and phone calls of Dominicans in the diaspora for democracy. Since we formed online last Tuesday, there have been several complaints by members of missing emails, problem with their email, problem with their phone calls. Folks, this is the MO, this is the modus operandi of a desperate kleptocratic regime. They're on the run. The international media has them now in their crosshairs. They're on the run. They're done. And because of their crimes that are catching up with them, they're now trying to destroy our democratic right to speak, but we shall be heard. So I want to let you know, people of Dominica, Dominicans overseas and our friends overseas are concerned. They're concerned that we've turned our country into a haven for crooked people, criminal elements, fugitives, mobsters, rogues, criminals, scoundrels, and that when they have been caught with our passports, the government seeks to put out its propagandas to deny the reality of things. So we want to tell the police officers, do not become complicit in the activities of the regime. Keep on feeding us the information. Keep on speaking truth to power in your police stations where you're asked to shoot on the people. Do not shoot on the people. As former police officer Stephen Bertrand said last night, ground your arms. Ground your arms. We are your family. We're your friends. All we want is a better Dominica. We want peace and democracy in Dominica, and peace and democracy we shall have. We demand it. We deserve better. We've been betrayed by Roosevelt Skerritt and his cronies and their friends in international crime. And the international criminal investigatory authorities are looking closely at whether or not members of the government, including Skerritt himself, were accessory after the fact to the hiding of the fugitive Iranian agent, Al-Farid Monfarid, who was arrested with papers this week in the Dominican Republic, papers which they claim were cancelled, but they have refused to give any letter stating why they cancelled it. If you have an ambassador and you are firing him as ambassador, I would expect them to provide us with a letter of termination. And so we will be asking for that. But in the meantime, we just want to let you know that the members of the Labour Party increasingly have been calling me and others, saying that they are concerned, that they do not want to be associated with Roosevelt Skerritt and his corrupt regime. I have said to them that separate yourselves from them, because we do not want Dominica to be sanctioned. I repeat, by acting the way we are to let the international community know that we are not complicit in this criminal conduct, we are saying separate yourselves, because we do not want Dominica to be sanctioned.
So you won't be surprised, Gabriel Christian, that sanctions are placed. Are you still there?
Can
Yeah.
you hear me?
Yes, I'm hearing you. Go ahead. It appears that we have a slight delay there, huh?
Can you hear me?
Yes, I can. Go ahead. Yes.
This is exactly what I wonder about, Matt. They're trying to interfere with your call. I've spoken to you all week with a pretty clear signal, and now we're having difficulty.
But I'm asking the question again. We'll keep trying. I'll ask the question, why do you speak of sanctions, Gabriel Christian?
Can you hear me, Matt?
Yes, go ahead. Yes, go ahead. I suspect I'll have to... You there?
They're chopping us, Matt. The state security is in action. They're desperate, Matt.
Are you hearing my question, Gabriel Christian?
Matt, there's another way you can do it. You can try to see if we can use a landline through me. I will paste you that number and have the gentleman paste me through, see if we can circumvent their activity.
All right, send me another number and I'll try to call you on that number, okay?
I will send you that number now.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much.
The 8th Phenomenal Caribbean Women's Symposium is on once again, Saturday, January 28th, for only $300 at the Cabritz National Parks from 8 o'clock in the morning. For additional information, contact VF Incorporated at 37 Cork Street, Roseau. Call 449-9649. The 8th Phenomenal Caribbean Women's Symposium, Saturday, January 28th, Cabritz National Parks. It's on. See you there.
Showdown Mascam presents night number 3. Here, Mascam taking you on a journey of sweet calypso as we continue to celebrate our brother. We welcome you aboard the Calypso flight of your life as Here, Mascam 767 takes off with Picklock, Trinity, Chelsea, the Vigilante, Tapatap, Inciter, Daniel, Soundproof, The Mask Eruption, Peter Frost, Benno, Leona, Triumph, Checo, The Side, The Bob, and The King Dive. Sponsored by Fine Food Inc., Caribbean represented, Carib Malt and Carib Shandy, Neo Expressions Inc., VF Inc., Singwaller Blomquist Williams, Phone Shack, Continental Store, Jar Sales, Rosalie Bay, David Bruni, Glenn Ducre, Chambers, Q95, Geoffrey Later, TBS Radio, and Mapping 2K4.
Serving the Northeast and Dominica for over 16 years, the Genesis Restaurant and Bar brings all into the 21st century, offering a full breakfast, lunch, and snack and dinner on order menus, serving local, Caribbean, American, international, and contemporary cuisine. Visit us today. We are less than 5 minutes from Dominica's Douglas Charles Airport, on location on the ground floor of Marigas Village Pharmacy Complex, at where Come dine with us. We field a full bar service, open from 7 a.m. to 10 p.m. Monday to Saturday, and 1 p.m. to 4 p.m. on Sundays. Visit us on Facebook for our daily menu and special events information. Genesis Restaurant Bar and Catering Services. Or call us at 612-2511. Again, that number is 612-2511. Genesis, the beginning of a fantastic culinary experience.
I'm a professional. It's true. All day we drinking and we don't need no chaser.
This is one recorded road. I'm telling you, February 8th, Dominica, I will be there live with Tropical Fest Carnival 2017. It's all about Carnival City, Pottersville. Dominica is going to be crazy. How will we say? All day we drinking and we don't need no chaser. And when we reach in the feeling, we're gonna get some iron.
Get ready for International Artist Night Friday, February 3rd, the night before Carnival opening. Get ready for International Soca Artist Ricardo Drew and his band.
I think I have Gabriel Christian back on the line there. Gabriel Christian.
Yes, I can hear you now. Can you hear me?
Yes, yeah, you're much clearer right now. I was asking the question as it relates to sanctions, Gabriel Christian. Why do you speak of sanctions?
Well, listen, we have our American Medical School, which is under the Board of Education, as we speak. We have government ministers who have visas to visit the United States, as we speak. We have Dominicans who come to the United States on business, on pleasure, who are holders of visas, as we speak. The U.S. government and other friendly nations have not taken lightly to the unfolding spectacle of Dominica being seen as the issuer or the place of issue for these diplomatic passports to mobsters, international criminals, and money launderers. Jamaica does not have that record. The Bahamas does not have that record. Barbados does not have that record. Trinidad does not have that record. Guyana does not have that record. St. Lucia, St. Vincent, the OECS nations, none of them have as solid and insidious and as shameful a record as that foisted on the unknowing people of Dominica by Roosevelt Skerritt, who is the prime suspect. Well, he's not a suspect anymore, who is the prime culprit in all of this. The fact is, it was under his watch that this was done. And so when a leader leads the country down this path, sanctions will come. In fact, Canada issued sanctions earlier when there were issues with passports, I believe under the UWP regime, and we now have to use visas to go to Canada. Canada was a visa-free destination or situs for Dominicans in the past. So now, we know it has happened before, and now in a time when we have a new administration that said very many stern things about Iran and about China and about terrorism, we don't want to be in the crosshairs. And for those who say that Lennox Linton was wrong in going on CBS 60 Minutes, it was Roosevelt Skerritt who was wrong for putting us in this predicament. The fact that you expose wrong does not make you complicit in wrong. In fact, it exalts defamation because it shows we still have some reasonable, responsible, and law-abiding people in our land.
But tell me, I mean, on the ground there in Washington, what are the kind of discussions that are going on as it relates to this big story there with this fugitive from Iran?
Well, we just want the folks here in the United States and around the world to know that Dominicans, again, as I said, Matt, are not peopled primarily by cronies of Roosevelt Skerritt and their friends like Alfred, Montfred, and Lapsang and Maduke. Dominicans don't know about that. There are many in the cabinet who don't know about that. The civil servants don't know about that. The policemen out there don't know about that. The farmers in the farms where we still have them don't know about that. The fishermen who ply in the sea waters catching fish, they don't know about that. Matt, they didn't bring you to Malaysia with them, did they?
No.
When Rosie Douglas went to the University of New Orleans, he brought you and Felix Augustine and Kalai John Baptist with him in full transparency and accountability, didn't he?
Yes, that's true.
Well, we have a government now that's a government by deceit and secrecy. A government that lies and tells lies, spins tales, and then sends out their guard dogs to obfuscate, deceit, distract, and deceive. So what we have now in Washington are Dominicans who are patriotic, and in other cities, saying to law enforcement, Dominicans are law-abiding. Dominicans are democratic. Dominicans are reasonable and intelligent people. That we've been, in fact, foisted upon by a irresponsible and corrupt regime. We want your help in ensuring democracy in Dominica, in peace in Dominica. We want your help in making sure that the government in Dominica, it will not take into account our call for a commission of inquiry and an immediate halt to the program, that you have to pressure them to do that, because they have used their power and money from their sales of passports to buy people in Dominica, to corrupt police officers, to corrupt civil servants, to corrupt people in the media, to corrupt people in the church. They've made of our country a cesspool of corruption. And we are the violent ones in Dominica, people like you and others, and outside Dominica, who are trying to say, do not tarnish all our country and do not paint all our country with the same brush. And that is why we need the immediate resignation of this government, so we can preserve our name in the international community and try to erase the shame and the taint and the disgrace that has been, in fact, imposed on us unwittingly and, of course, unknowingly by a government that has abandoned all good sense and decency.
Gabriel Christian down there in Washington, keeping the fire burning there on calls for the Prime Minister and the government to step down over the scandal. Thank you, sir. Thank you. Thank you. Of course, on the line with me, Dr. Dale Dangleben. He spoke via Skype last night. Dr. Dale Dangleben, again, good afternoon to you. Thanks for connecting.
Yeah, good afternoon, Matt. How are you doing?
I'm good. You seem very passionate about, calling on this administration to step down.
Yes. I mean, how many times do we have to go through this? I mean, how much evidence do we need in terms of what's going on? The folks with integrity and knowledge, the evidence is clear that this is a rogue regime, and we're calling for the resignation. There is enough proof that many, many criminals out here in the international market has our diplomatic passport. These things were sold. There is money that has been stolen from the people of Dominica that needs to make it to the Treasury to rebuild this country. And we're calling for the resignation of not just Roosevelt Scarrett, but the entire cabinet. And I don't care what anyone else has to say on the matter. The intelligent few that has reviewed the data knows that it's real.
But we're hearing, and of course from some circles, that maybe good sense should prevail, and maybe the religious and pastoral leaders there, church leaders in the country, should come together and try to mediate this. Is that a way to go?
You know what? I disagree, because even the church has getting entangled in politics, and everyone has become so petty. I don't think there should be any negotiations at this point. I think this is a demand, and the people needs to demand it. The church has proven itself to be corrupt, and I will say that again. The church has proven itself to be corrupt. The people is the power, like I said, and the people need to come together and demand the resignation of this regime.
All right, son. I imagine we'll be hearing from you time and time again. You're very, very passionate about this one.
Yes, I took a break. As you know, I took a break. But again, this is for love of country. This is for people. and they need to wake up. This is it. If we don't do it, like I said last night, if we don't do it now, we're burying our country and we're burying the future of the children of this nation.
Dale Dagobert, of course, speaking to us there from the USA. Thank you again. It's 1:48. More phone calls. Yes.
Good afternoon, Mr. Perez here.
Good afternoon, sir.
Matt, Dominicans need to understand how dangerous this criminal enterprise is. I personally published, Matt, many pictures of the individuals who participate in my Dominica trade house. And let me say to you, Matt, those guys attempted in the wee hours of the morning to hack my account via using my email address, but they were not able to thanks to a code generator. Matt, Dominicans need to take action now, and I am calling on the clergy from all denominations to band together and start campaign to get rid of Roosevelt Skerrit. I am calling on the peaceful people of Vietnam to demand that the name of Baroness Scotland be erased of that primary school. It's a shame, and it is time for Dominicans to understand that there is no more chances for Mr. Skerrit to continue doing what he's doing to the Dominican people. Baroness Scotland is a shame. She's a disgrace to the Caribbean race. There is no need to have her name on that primary school in Vegas. Vegas people, if they are proud, and I believe they are, need to stand up and tell Skerrit the time is now to get the Baroness name off that school. She is corrupt to the core, just as the one who nominated her. Thank you very much, Matt, and I'll be talking to you again.
I haven't heard from the church leaders thus far. Very quiet bunch, huh? Hello, talk to me here.
Yeah, good afternoon, Matt.
My brother.
Yeah, Matt, I was at the meeting last night, Matt. Most like all other meetings UWB have in Roseau. And Matt, I saw many people who do not leave their homes normally in the night to go anywhere, right? I saw a lot of these people there, and Matt, I believe the ground is starting to swell, and I will call now again for the resignation of the Roosevelt Skerrit and his government. I have a friend in there. I will not call her name. She knows me. I'm asking her to save face and resign from this rogue government so you do not go down like one of these people corrupt in this government, Matt. Please leave as it is early. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon. Hello, talk to me.
Good afternoon, Matt. Good afternoon to all your listeners.
Yes.
Matt, I just eating too much champagne and oil and pepper, and I heard all that about the lady that told us go and suck salt.
Mm-hmm.
I'm hearing, God, yeah, Bama love it when sun cut you. I'm listening.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Well, it appears from all indications, she may be the one that may be sucking salt. 151, hello.
Matt, good afternoon to you and your listeners.
Yes, sir.
We are calling for the resignation of Roosevelt Skerrit and his cabinet. Not only Roosevelt Skerrit, because the ministers of government, they are sooty wearing what Skerrit is doing. You realize they sat there and told us, if not Skerrit, then who? So Skerrit is rotten, so they now cannot sit. You haven't got one of them that's sick that can sit and hold the mantle of Dominica, because they all told us, if not Skerrit, is who? So it's a bunch of incompetent men and women we have in Dominica governing this country. So we are saying enough is enough. And if he fails to understand what we are saying, we can always show him what it is that we mean, in Dominica, because that nonsense must come to a halt with passport selling to crooks and criminals. We are the ones that will suffer. The poor people of this country that will suffer. And our children will never have a future under Mr. Skerrit. So all Dominicans need to stand up just as they did in 1979. Let us give Charles Savre a dose of his own medicine while he is in the State House. Thank you.
Thank you very much. I just got a message there on the WhatsApp. Of course, a supporter of the government, Labourite, with some placard there saying we're standing with our Prime Minister. 1:53 is the morning time, or the afternoon time, sorry. Hello? Are you the caller? No, you're not. Let's move back to another
Yes,
phone.
Mr. Mark.
Yes, quickly.
Mr. Mark, I heard you mention about if the church cannot take a direction to instruct the people. Mr. Mark, do you know we have deacon in the church? They blind? What about your membership? You are deacon. You are not ordinary like a layman. Your grade is higher. What about your membership? You hearing about our island? I mean, after all, Mr. Mark, the only things Dominica, I repeat it again, the only things the Dominican have to do now, not Pope, not Bishop, not no one, is only make sure put Honorable Roosevelt Skerrit as Prime Minister in the Commonwealth of Dominica. Put him out with his whole cabinet. And now I agree. This, I will repeat it again, they start the function. But delay means danger. We start too late right now. He should be outside already.
Caller, thank you. It's 1:54 in the afternoon. This is Q at 9:05. And this is, of course, Talk on the Block. Hello.
Hey, Matt.
I'm here.
The way this government is going, they make me scared of my country. I'm scared to come down to Dominica. I go on cruises everywhere. I'm scared to come home. I'm telling you, the way they are going, not even the devil like them. Even the devil is against them.
All right, I'll tell you what. I just received a call there from Canada. Don't know the person. He remained anonymous, but he was thinking of coming home, and he's saying, "Matt, what's really going on? And should I really come?" I think you still can. 1:55. Say a prayer for your country wherever you are this time. Talk to me. Hello.
Hello, good afternoon. Since back in the days of You and Me, on a program by Mr. Leonard Linton, we've been told about those crooks and vagabonds who have our passports. I mean, the Dominican public, they should not be accessory to this crime because we do know what's happening, and we should not Roosevelt Skerrit and his bunch of, to continue to spoil our lives. I'm calling from London, and I'm living in a democratic country. We all know what democracy is. It's too many years that they're there. We need to change. The Dominican people have to change. They have to go to the street and march peacefully, not once or twice, but several times in a month. Gather peacefully and let those people know that we cannot tolerate this anymore because we're just nothing in the world right now, Dominica. We don't represent nothing except criminals. Sorry to say that word, but that's his fact.
London calling, US calling. Hello, talk to me.
Hello.
Hello, yes.
I'm really concerned and alarmed that what I'm hearing. But at the same time, I think we need to be very careful that we don't try to create a social disorder in the country. We have been through that before. And I think we should allow the democratic process to prevail. And that's what I have to say.
We don't have too much time. We're taking our final phone call at this time. We'll be back on Monday. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon, Matt. I'm happy to be your final caller. Matt, I heard a caller just calling and saying that we shouldn't promote unrest. I believe any unrest in the country would have been created by the present administration through the lack of respect for the people of Dominica. The people asking questions and the government refused to answer. So if the people come up with any uprising at this time, it will be totally at the hands and the feet of people like Francine Barron, Roosevelt Skerrit, and the others, Matt. Where are the people like Peter Session, who claims to be Christians, Matt? I mean, if the people calling for asking questions, if you have nothing to hide, give the people the answers. If there's an unrest at this time in Dominica, it will be entirely at the foot of the government of this country, Matt. Would you agree with me?
I wrote.
Because if the natives are saying we have a concern, too many criminals are being caught before our passport, Matt. Too many criminals are being caught out there with diplomatic passport, Matt. You know what I believe? Leonard Clinton was attacked by people like Gregor Nassif, people like Sam Raphael, Tony Astafans, and the likes of them. And Matt, for just doing an interview, speaking about the same thing we see happening every day, the arrests are taking place every day. I believe the next move, Lennox Clinton or Yuda's party, or a petition should be sent. Matt, and I really mean that, and I have no intention of hurting my country. I'm a true-born patriot, Matt. I believe a petition should be signed and sent to the U.S. Embassy, asking them in the